Hello students, this is your teacher. Welcome back to another remote adventure. In today's lesson, we are going to explore the adjectives we use to describe the kinds of entertainment. Well, adjectives are words we use to describe something. They help us giving characteristic to something. For example, I like to play video game. I like to play video game because it's interesting. Interesting is something that catches your attention. So interesting is a characteristic. The characteristic I gave to video game is interesting. So I like to play video game because it's interesting. It is a characteristic. Now let's check some adjectives we use to talk about entertainment. The first one is funny. Funny. Funny describes something that makes you laugh. If makes you laugh, like on the GIF, it is funny. Silly. Silly describes something not serious, something a little bit stupid. Check the GIF on the screen. Silly, isn't it? Weird. Weird describes something that is very strange, very different in a negative way. Oh, this is so weird. This is so strange as a negative characteristic. Boring. Boring describes something that is not interesting. It's the opposite of something that catches your attention. This is not interesting for me. This is boring. This makes me sleepy or tired. So boring is the opposite of interesting. Now guys, we're going to check some synonyms for the adjectives we are studying. Well, synonyms are words with a similar or identical meaning. They are different words for the same thing. For example, awesome. Awesome is a synonym for very good. So, very good and awesome, they have the same definition. They mean the same thing. I can say, this is very good, or I can say, this is awesome. Awesome. We also have the adjective awful. Awful. Awful is synonymous for very bad. I can say, this is very bad, or I can say, this is awful. Amazing. Amazing is used to describe something that is incredible. So I can use both expressions, amazing or incredible. This is incredible. This is amazing. Dull. Dull is a different word for boring. Boring describes something that is not interesting. Another way to say boring is dull. Dumb. Dumb is a synonym for silly. It is used to describe something that is stupid, that is ridiculous. So, this is dumb, this is silly, this is stupid. Hilarious. Hilarious describes something that is very funny. So, funny and hilarious share the same meaning. I can say, this is very funny, or I can say, this is hilarious. And fascinating. Fascinating is the opposite of boring. It is something that is extremely interesting. So, if something is super interesting, it is fascinating. Would you rather see a film at the cinema or at home? Would you rather? Would you rather indicates preference. So guys, whenever you want to talk about your preferences Whenever you want to describe your preferences in English, you can use the structure would you rather and the base form of a verb. Check out the example. Would you rather see a film at the cinema or at home? Would you rather? What do you prefer? What is your preference? Would you rather and the base form of a verb. What is the verb here? See. Would you rather see a film at the cinema or at home? Would you rather? It is a English expression we use to describe our preferences. And how do we structure sentences? Would you rather and the basic form of a verb. Check out. Would you rather? Preference. What do you prefer? Draw, base form, or take photos? Oh, I would rather draw. Would you rather? I prefer. I would rather draw. I would rather make a piece of art with my hands. So what is your preference? I would rather draw. Oh, why is that? Because it is awesome. So we can also complete our sentences describing the preference with the adjectives we have studied. I would rather draw because it is awesome. Would you rather read a book or listen to music? Oh, I would rather listen to music. Would you rather? What is your preference? Read a book. Read, base form of a verb. Listen, base form of a verb. Would you rather? What do you prefer? Read a book or listen to music? I would rather, I prefer, listen to music. Why is that? Oh, because books are boring. So I can complete my sentence with a characteristic that explain the reason why I prefer one activity over another. Would you rather? What do you prefer? Guys, we can also contrast our preferences. How's that? I'm going to use the word than. Than is an English word we use to make comparisons. You guys remember the comparatives? One thing is better than another. It's the same idea. He would rather listen to music than watch TV series. So over here we have two activities and he prefers something over another. How do I make this comparison? He would rather listen to music than watch TV series. I'm making a contrast here. He would rather watch a film at home than go to the cinema. This is his preference. He prefers something over another. How do I make this sentence? I'm going to put the two elements being compared and the word than. So, to indicate a contrast in preferences, we are going to use two elements and the word than to make the comparison. He would rather listen to music than watch TV series. He prefers listen to music, especially when compared to watch TV series. He would rather watch a film at home, especially when compared to go to the cinema. So he prefers something over another. He would rather listen to music than watch TV series. And guys, how do I make a negative form? How do I tell people I prefer not doing a certain activity? I'm going to use would rather not. I would rather not play video games. So over here, I'm telling people that I prefer not doing this activity. Subject would rather not to indicate the negative form and play the base form. I would rather not play video games. I prefer not doing this activity. I would rather not watch television. I would rather not dancing. I prefer not doing these activities. So I would rather not. I would not rather not play video games. Now it's your turn. Go back to our Google Classroom and check out the activities, okie dokie? That's it for today. Thanks for watching.